Okay, sorry. Yeah, I thought our young ladies really battled, and I thought it showed a lot of toughness. Had a great crowd. The crowd gave us some very good energy, especially when we needed it. We certainly didn't play great in the second quarter. Probably settled for too many arc shots during that stretch. Got better, and I thought in the third quarter of attacking the rim, but we didn't start off defensively very well in the third quarter. Gave them some really too good of opportunities, and I thought we had some kids that gave us some really good boosts throughout the course of the entire game, and feel really fortunate to kind of persevere in that one and find a way to come out on top.
Coach, defensively, you guys forced the ball to their guards. They took the overwhelming majority of their shots. Was that the game plan, and if so, how did it work out?
Well, I don't know that we planned to make them take shots. I think they're very, very good guards. So I don't know that, they create an awful lot, and they have the ability to score in so many different ways. I do think they got us a couple on some post rolls in some of the ball screen action. I think their post kids are just so strong, and they're such good rebounders that we had a tough time at times keeping them off the glass. But I don't know if it was really a game plan. It's just something they really attack. They really attack the whole time.
Coach, obviously, kids know traditions of schools and what has happened before. So, like you said, Baylor gets off on that good run in the second quarter, kind of carries over to the start of the third. So, once they get that, 9, 10 point, how do you get your kids back into the game at that point? Is there anything you say, or you?
Well, we try a lot of different things at that point in time, and most of it, honestly, is about making adjustments. I didn't think we did a good job during that stretch of probably recognizing the second quarter, taking some of the shots that we wanted to per se. In the beginning of the third quarter, we didn't do a good job of helping. They kind of cleared the baseline out and got us on some of those actions. They got us on some, I think it was a ball screen roll scenario that we could have helped on. And it was one that went to the outside, and there was a kid in the lane who probably could have tipped that pass or deflected the pass. And so I thought we had some kids come into the game at that point in time and gave us a really good boost too. So I think it was a lot of different things, and it kind of gave us some energy and some made some adjustments and played really, really solid and got us kind of moving and going. And then, we this is something that we are still a work in progress and learning, is how to attack and not necessarily have to attack quickly. Because we are a team that, with the speed that we have the ability to attack fast, but that's not always what you want to do throughout the course of the game for a couple reasons. One, if you have a lead, you don't necessarily need to attack quickly. Number two, it takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot to defend and be solid and finish plays, and then if you're going to race up and down the court, and I thought there were times that became, challenging for us. So I thought we learned how to attack in control a little bit better.
And then the two plays that kind of stand out to me in the fourth quarter, obviously Kylie's three,
right,
and Jayla's steal of the inbounds
right,
pass to go the other end. Just how big are those moments there?
Well, I thought both of those. I think a lot of our young ladies played well, but those two in particular. I think Jayla finished the game with double-digit rebounds and made a lot of things happen for us. And Kylie was someone who was a presence inside for us, and we went to her, inside as much as possible. Then they really tried to plug the lane, and thought she helped inside and kind of made people shoot over the top of her and played really, really well. But that was a really big three. It was a three in transition. It was in control. We were in attack mode, but it wasn't something that she was out of balance. And so we talked. They called the timeout right after that, and we talked about that. We don't need to necessarily attack fast, but that made a lot of sense at the time because of the rhythm and how we got it and those type of things.
Later in the third quarter, another run for you guys. When JJ got the layup, missed the foul shot, got the rebound. How big was that to kind of swing momentum into the fourth quarter?
Well, it hurts us, it hurt us at times, and certainly in the first half, JJ picking up two quick fouls, and it's hard because when she got a foul early, whether it was in the first, felt like 2 minutes of the game, maybe it was the first minute of the game. Do you stay with her? Do you take her out, put her back in? And it's something that we've got to continue to work and to find ways to keep her on the floor. And I think she was really, really diligent and disciplined in the second half about not putting herself in positions where she got some fouls because she was fresh. She didn't, she got a lot of rest in the first half, and so I thought JJ played really, really hard. I thought she played really well. She can create for us in so many different ways, but her rebounding is something that's really quite special.
Sarah Andrews was really able to score the ball tonight, but in the fourth quarter, you guys think she only had a couple of points. What went into really shutting her down?
I don't know, she scored 24, so I don't know that I felt like we necessarily shut her down, but I thought we had some kids really help really well in the fourth quarter and kind of scramble a little bit and make some plays and take some drives away and then make them kick it and then scramble and make some shots challenge. Jayla was someone who, even in the late game situation, even though we knew that there was a screen coming for her to get the ball in that spot, it's really hard. Maddie was doing her best to get through it, but it's hard. And so Jayla went out and helped her. So I think our awareness got a little bit better at that point in time in the fourth quarter.
You ever high-fived a student section before?
Yeah, I have. But I thought our students were great. I was really impressed with our crowd overall. But I thought our students were really, they're fun. As a matter of fact, there's one thing that I noticed when I came out is that our student section was there in the middle and it was full. They did a great job for us.
What was that moment like for you? It's it's great victory, and you go through this process of trying to bring everything together, and then obviously today's a day.
Well, I thought our kids battled, and I think our discipline, but our toughness was really, really, really good. Down throughout the course of that game, and when we didn't have it, they scored, and they scored pretty quickly, and they scored pretty efficiently. But I thought, our young ladies are getting better, and we have some toughness and made some plays, and that was really fun to see. So I do think Country Roads was a little bit louder today. I think they turned it up a little bit louder, so that was kind of fun.
Had some good wins prior to this. Does this win recalibrate expectations for the team?
Well, this is a good win for us, certainly. Anytime that you can pick one up in the conference, it's a great opportunity. But I think right now we've got to get our bodies recovered. So this game moving to Sunday and shifting to 3 games in a week is really challenging. Really challenging for us. The great thing is at West Virginia we have access to any way you can possibly try to imagine that you can recover your bodies and be ready to go, we have access to. Now we need to be, really diligent about taking advantage of that, because this is a big week for us, and so we've got to get on the road and take care of our bodies, because that's hard. Traveling is really challenging. We get back really late and then we turn around and we play again on Saturday. So this will be a really big week for us.
15 points, 14 rebounds for Jayla. How important was her game today?
Well, I thought she just played so hard, and I thought she played really solid, and she was flying in to create offensive rebound opportunities for us, defensive rebound opportunities for us, and so I just think, and then there was a lot of little things that don't show up on a stat sheet. How she rotated to lend assistance. I thought she had a really big play when she ended up, and I don't remember which post kid she was on at the time, and they ran a ball screen roll, and she picked off the pass to the rolling post kid. Even though we practiced doing that quite a bit, we got to 2. I think she got 1, and Danny Nichols got to 1, and I thought that was a really big play for us too. So I thought she did a lot of things to be really, really solid for us and help us.
Kind of in a similar vein, when you're playing a big team like this, how important is execution and how important is simple hustle plays like Jayla made today?
Well, it's a combination of both, certainly. I thought they went into some lineups that caused us, to be at a major disadvantage in size when they, had 3, and they had Bickle playing on the perimeter, and she's so dangerous in so many different ways and can match up and guard so many different positions. And so when they had an opportunity to post up one of our guards, and so I just thought our young ladies did a good job of kind of just continuing to battle, continuing to fight with some toughness, even when things weren't going our way. I thought in the third quarter we could have kind of given up or at least hung our heads, and we didn't do that. I thought our young ladies found a way to continue to, claw their way back in it, dig their way back in it, and then it just kind of kept going our way for the most part. I thought defensively we were just really solid in the fourth quarter, and that's what you have to be.
Coach, obviously the situations were completely different, but your last 2 games against Baylor, you've won. Obviously 2 different schools, 2 different situations,
Yep.
but are there things that you take away from, all of a sudden it seems like maybe you have the magic ocean against Baylor or something like that. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know if that I would go to that extent in any way, stretch. I thought our kids played really, really hard, and I thought they played really solid basketball and did a good job of trying to hold them down to the best of our ability, and that's really that's really hard to do with them.
Coach Collins said their biggest asset in the second quarter was JJ sitting on the bench. So does that mean she's becoming one of the more important players in the league, really making a name for herself?
Well, I think JJ certainly is a player that teams in our league are very, very aware of because she's so dynamic in so many different ways. And so, I do think that we kind of fell in love with shooting it from the arc during that stretch. I think we shot 16 arc shots in the first half. We shot 7 in the second half. And really tried to find a way to attack the rim. And JJ's someone who can get in the lane and make things happen and can get to the rim. And we, didn't have her ability to do that. We have other players who can do it, but she has this pretty special ability to do it too. So I do think she's someone that is teams are aware of JJ.
Any other questions for Coach?
Okay, thank you.